Hang on, I'm gonna read this really quick. This is the flavor text that
Is for our fucking bandit dungeon.
Yeah, it's the flavor text, like, that leads you to the first scenario that I forgot about. Everyone needs to eat. Whatever your reason for coming to Gloomhaven out here at the edge of the world, that simple fact is never going to change. A mercenary can't fight on an empty stomach. So when Jexera, a Valrath woman in a red cloak and enough gold jewelry to keep you fed for a decade, approaches you in the sleeping lion and offers to pay you 10 gold coins to track down a thief and retrieve some stolen goods, well, it seems like a good excuse as any to sober up and start paying off your tab. This thief has taken some important documents, says the red-skinned merchant, her tail whipping about in agitation. I don't care what you do to him, just bring back what is mine. Based on Jexera's description, it was easy enough to knock around a few alley thugs and get a location of the thieves' hideout. You don't find yourself as a mercenary way out in Gloomhaven without knowing how to crack a few skulls. So your target is the Black Barrow. Sounds like a lovely place. Alright, I'm going to read you this thing, and then we have to collectively decide what option we want. Alright? You guys ready?
Sure.
Relaxing for the evening at the Sleeping Lion, a shifty-looking man approaches you and hand outstretched. In it are a pair of pale dice with crude marks scratched on them. Greetings, friend. You look like you could stand to liven things up a bit. Care for a quick game of bone dice with me? I'm sure we can make it interesting. His other hand pats a coin purse at his side. Option A, play the game with the man. It may prove to be a good time. Option B, refuse the game.
Oh, you already know. I'm going with option A.
Dice.
Alright, I'm also going A, so whatever Kyle votes, it doesn't matter. We're
Literally.
Reputation greater than -5. You get into the game, but after a few rounds, your enthusiasm wanes as the man displays a streak of luck. That can only be described as uncanny. You leave the table empty-handed, lose 5 gold each. Well, we don't have any gold, so...
We lose our
What's
hands.
the other thing?
And I think this goes... Walking a path between a small grove and a steep cliff, you suddenly find yourself facing a massive group of felled trees blocking the road. The placement of the trees seems odd, and you have a wary, suspicious feeling about the whole situation. Option A. Clear the trees from the road. It is the best way through, and it'll help other travelers. Option B. Take time to find a way around the trees.
Clear the trees.
I'm option B. Let's go.
Hate turtles, don't we?
Go around the trees. Fuck turtles.
Yes.
What does that mean, Kyle?
Let's go with option B.
Ryan.
Brian?
Slut.
What did you say?
He said B.
I pick option B.
Okay. Option B, state 3. You head into the underbrush of the grove and get around the felled trees, but it is rough going, and the growth is very dense, and there are quite a few prickly thorns to contend with. Start the scenario with 2 damage.
Fucking idiots.
Ready? The hill is easy enough to find. A short journey past the Newmarket Gate, and you see it jutting out on the edge of Corpsewood, looking like a rat under a rug. Moving closer... Oh, wait. There was probably more flavor text ahead of this, wasn't there? There's flavor text somewhere that I was supposed to read, and I didn't read it. Whatever. We're going to this hill. Jutting on the edge of the Corpsewood, you look like a rat under a rug. Moving closer, you see the mound is formed by... the mound is formed from a black earth. It is small, overgrown... Its small, overgrown entrance presents a worn set of stone stairs leading down into the darkness. As you descend, you gracefully note light emanating from below. I probably should have done this. It doesn't matter. Unfortunately, the light is accompanied by the unmistakable stench of death. You contemplate what kind of thieves would make their camp in such a horrid place as you reach the bottom of the steps. Here you find your answer, a rough group of cutthroats who don't seem to have taken very kindly to your sudden appearance. One in the back matches the description of your quarry. Take care of these unfortunates, he says, backing out of the room. You can vaguely make out his silhouette as he retreats down the hallway through a door on his left.
Wait, we had a quarry?
Yeah, there was some flavor text somewhere that I should have read that I forgot to read. Basically, we met a woman in a bar and she told us to come here and kill this
girl.
Yes, her name's Jack
But
Sarah.
that's my motivation for killing.
Wait.
So now we want to kill this guy because of that.
Is she gonna fuck us if we do this?
Maybe you don't know. I mean,
no, I know she's not because I'm a fucking horrid rat person.
but doing this can only increase your chances.
True.
My what amount? Yeah. Fucking any number times 0 is still 0, dude.
Well, it's not every day we get people this
Look at
stupid.
my token.
Well, it's not every day we get people stupid enough to hand
Fine.
deliver their valuables to us. Grins one of the larger bandits, unsheathing a rusty blade. We'll be killing you now. Joke's on them. If you had any valuables, you probably wouldn't be down here in the first place. Don't read any of the other text. You're not supposed to read it yet. Don't read it. Alright, are you ready? Occasionally, your dealings in town lead you past the bustling docks. All conversation gets drowned out by the constant din of loading and unloading cargo and crew. This makes it all the more surprising when you hear a voice above the noise directed straight at you. Oi! You with the hard looks and the big arms! I desperately need some help over here. Spare a few minutes to help make sure I get out of port on time? Otherwise I'll be stuck here till tomorrow. Do we help him or do we move on with our business? I vote we help him.
Yeah, I was like, I feel like nothing bad can come of this, so...
What was advertised as a few minutes turns out to be an hour or two as you lug large crates full of some foul-smelling liquid from a nearby warehouse into the hold of the ship. At least the captain is relieved that he'll be able to set sail on time, though. He gratefully pays you, but you can't help but think that such menial labor might be beneath you. We each gain 5 gold, so that's cool. That way everyone else can see the road event, too! Not far outside of Gloomhaven, you look up to see a large bird flying overhead. Something is odd, though. Its movements are jerky, and there's smoke billowing out of it. Then you see it plunge into a sudden nosedive and crash to the ground off in the east. You rush to the scene to find a limping, soot-covered Quattrel kicking a giant winged contraption made out of leather and metal. "Curse this wretched thing," he yells in frustration. "I thought I'd worked it out, and then suddenly lost pressure in the piston chamber." He looks over at you. "You there! Wonderful timing." Quattrel's a race.
Yeah.
"Wonderful timing. Help me get this thing back into the air. There's no time to waste." So we either help him without question, or we demand an explanation. I'm voting demand an explanation. You force the Quattrel to slow down and talk to you, but his eyes keep darting around in a panic. "Don't you understand? The world needs my technology now. I must perfect it. It will revolutionize everything." You agree that the power of flight is pretty great, but you convince the Quattrel that the world can wait a day for him to get some rest and organize his thoughts. You help him transport the broken machine back to down. Nice, and we gain a fucking prosperity, that's really strong. Kicking through the door, you find yourself face to face with the reasons these bandits chose this particular hole to nest in. Animate bones. Unholy abominations of necromantic power. Nothing more to do but lay them to rest, along with the remainder of this troublesome rabble. I'm gonna just move 4. Gonna go ahead and just move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I will take this chest.
It really did not want to place you on the corner of that fucking coin.
No, it did not. Ah, neat. Okay. So this means, see this stack of cards right here?
Yeah.
Basically, we get a random... This is going to have, like, a scenario on it, 66. So we just gain 66. What's the, does that say 614? G14.
E14.
G...
I guess.
14. 66. Boom. So we can, like, do this scenario at any time now.
Oh, cool.
With the last bandit dead, you take a moment to catch your breath and steel yourself against the visions of the living remains ripping at your flesh. Your target is not among the dead, and you shudder to think what horrors still await you in the catacombs below. So we get a new scenario, number 2, which is here.
So,